Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today we're going to do a roster review, so let's jump into it. Today's roster review is going to be decided by a spin of the wheel, so it's been shuffled around, so let's see who it's going to choose today. I feel like the worst scoundrel is always so close, right? Like it's always like just there. Son of Heaven. So this is a name I'm not too familiar with. So congratulations, Mr. Heaven. Happy to look at your account today. Get to learn a little about yourself. So let's see what you're all about. Not only are you a son of heaven, you're also a spacewalker with the Star Killers. So you have JML and Profundity, and you're in Chromium 1. So I want to say you're probably a newer account. Not too new, but not super end game. Probably went towards the JML Profundity, probably looking at Leia or Jabba or something. Kind of pathway, which is a pretty smart farming pathway. So 7.3 million GP, 4 million in characters, 3 in ships, 11,000 galactic war battles. So I'll say this. I think you're underperforming. I do. I think you can do better. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do here to help you out. But you have the Profundity and the Executor. You're gonna slow farm them. It's not the worst thing in the world. You don't have to waste your crystals on getting those stars. Personally, I did accelerate all my GL level ships, and I don't really regret it because I'm allowed to use them in TB. And sometimes speeds of the capital ship do make a huge difference as far as when you're doing important matches like Executors versus Profundities, or Executors versus Executors, or Profundities versus Executors. So I have gone a low star Profundity against Executors and just lost the ult because it was so slow. Like I had a ton of assists, I had good RNG, and then the Executor got the ult off just because it's just a little faster. So I would say not the worst thing in the world if you want to accelerate these, but also not the worst thing in the world if you don't. If you were to accelerate one, I probably would do Executor. Not only are you 5 stars, so you're closer, but also low star Profundities perform really well, where a 7-star Executor is a little better. We'll see once we get Dengar's ship if it's a big deal, but if you want to passively earn these, that's totally fine. I would say side farms, you could get some of these side farms up as far as your ships, like Geos. They're good ships, like they're good pilots. I would at least gear 12 them. If you have them gear 12, especially with the Relic 7 Malevolence, then you can use the Malevolence to counter Profundity. And I don't know how you're using your ships. You can put these two on defense, or you can take 2 of them on offense or something, but the Malevolence has the ability with the TIE Bomber to beat Profundities. The lower the gear your Geos, the less reliable it's going to be. But I would say, especially like the Spy Gear 12, Sunfac Gear 12, not a bad side farm, and they're almost completely free. They don't require any amount of Kyrotech, so it's worth it in my opinion to knock that out. You may not want to do that, but as far as like side farms go, I think these are worth getting up. Same thing like as these two pilots. Whenever you get a chance, they're good characters. You can fit them with Thrawn or something. Same thing as Iden. You want to get your Iden up and running. Iden is a kind of a main farm kind of situation, because Iden requires Kyrotech, so you have to invest in her. It doesn't look like you have much investment into your Chimera, but the more that, like, because honestly, let's look at these. So I'm not too pleased with any of your fleets. Like this fleet is okay. You'll have to use Ahsoka starting with Anakin and the BTLB Y-Wing, so you can't use the Umbaran Starfighter starting or the Marauder, and then your Plo Koon's really weak as well. But this is still a fully functional ship, but everything else is kind of not great. Like the Geos are needed for the Separatist. Your GL level ships are understarred, so yeah, this is fine. I'm sure it's all okay, but you're not going to have a good fleet advantage with just okay. And once you start going into Kyber, I think you're really going to notice that you need to invest more in your pilots for RNG to not come down and slap you in your face. So I would say if you wanted to, once you notice that you're, because you have good fleets, you have a usable executor, profundity, malevolence, negotiator, all usable. Your Chimera's like so, but all these good fleets, but are they really performing as well as they should? Do you have bad RNG with ships? That may be because you're not fully investing in these. So, you know, something to think about. All right, so you do have 5 GLs Leia. So that's what I was saying. So I would say out of the 4-way farm with Leia, JML, Profundity, Jabba, you chose the most important of those 4 last. So not the best, right? You're going to finish Leia here, and you need to pretty much start farming for Jabba. Like, you just need to, like, finish your Leia, take her to Relic 7, get her alt, but your Hut Cartel should probably be your next farm. Like, you need Jabba in your life. Jabba is going to be huge for your mods. Like, Smuggler's Run 2 is a complete game changer when we start talking about mods, and you're going to get it 2 to 3 times a month, and it just revolutionizes your mod farming game, and it allows you to not only farm more mods, have more slicing materials, but those micro attenuators allow you to rework your mods at 6 stars efficiently so that you can reliably hit plus 25 speed mods. So it's very important that you get Jabba as soon as you can. All right, so I wouldn't hate it if you did get Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan up and running once you finish Leia. So if you decided after Leia you got Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon to Relic 7 and then went into Jabba, that's perfectly fine, and I'm cool with it. So that's the one farm where I would say yes, you can put Jabba on hold, because these guys do have an excellent assault battle. It's going to come in a few days. You're going to miss and it's going to solve your credit crunch too. So you're going to get tons of credits. You're going to be able to buy mods, level up characters pretty much at your whim, because if you R9 these bad boys, you get 21 million credits. Do you have to R9 them? No. You can R7 them and it's still going to give you 16 million credits, which is fantastic. It's going to give you slicing material. It's going to give you relic material. It's going to give you signal data. It's going to be a banger. So get these guys up and running as soon as you can. I do see some Jedi here that could use relics. So your Phoenix could probably use some love. Not Ezra, of course. Bastila Shan, sooner or later you're going to have to take her to Relic 7 anyways. Jolie is worth at least a Relic 3 or something for Datacrons. He's a good Jedi. Like, he can, especially in 3s, I find myself using Jolie or Bastila with Grandmaster Yoda and Jedi Knight Revan. And then you can split JML or Jedi Knight Luke or have them together or whatever you want to do. But the core of this team still solid, especially in 3s, and in 5s you can still use them as well. So they're decent Jedi. You don't have to rush it. You don't need to do it, but just something to think about. Not absolutely necessary that you rush that, but that's pretty much what you need to do. You need to get those bros, the Poncho bros, up and running. You need to get Jabba up and running. After you get Jabba, you can do whatever you want. You're at the point of the game where you can start working on some other things. Totally up to you. All right, so you have a good amount of stuff. I don't know why you're in Chromium, to be completely honest. With your account, you have an insane amount of stuff, like absolutely insane. And that's why I thought why you're in Chromium, because I was like, oh, you must have rushed Profundity JML because you're in Chromium. But this account should be in Kyber. Like it's comparable. Even though I'm like 2 million GP more than you, it's comparable to mine. I have 5 GLs, you have 5 GLs. I just have 3 GL ships. You have 2 GL ships. So very, very comparable accounts. So you should be in Kyber with this account with 2 GL ships, 5 GLs, Leia, SLKR, JML, JMK, Ray. Insane. Like I don't know what you're doing, but I would like to see maybe submit for a GAC review if you're having trouble. Maybe you just don't like the game mode, but I think your account 100%. I had 2 GLs, 2 GL ships when I was in Kyber. I think you can do it. Your Phoenix, this is a missed opportunity here, so you'd have to at the very least get Sabina, but this is a really good team. I'm sure you probably just use Captain Rex with other things. Like you can use Captain Rex and with Leia or something, or you can fit him in with other teams, like even Gas. I don't think you have Gas. You do. So you can put him on the Gas team or something, so you don't have to get your Phoenix up. But that Phoenix is a good team. So after Jabba, you can get your Phoenix up if you want to. I would say they're very cheap, very easy to get up. Looks like you have some unaligned force users. So Ben Solo, I would get Ben Solo up as soon as you can for Rey. And his Omega, I think he's worth investing in immediately and giving him his Omega. I think it's insane that you have a Seer Junda Omega and not a Ben Solo Omega, and Seer's not even at Relics. So it looks like you're getting close to your Ufus. So I'll say this: once you finish Jabba and the Jedi, or once you finish the Jedi Bros and Jabba, you can do Zepho, the Seer unaligned Force users, which will give you Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and then take them to R7 for Zepho, would be good. After that, you can probably go for Mandalorians and start working on Bo-Katan Mandalore so that you can get Mandalore access for your guild. So those next two things, probably the most important in your account farming wise. So I would work Jedi Bros, Jabba. Jedi Bros gonna give you an excellent assault battle, tons of credits, slicing materials. I already covered this. Jabba, Smuggler's Run 2, excellent GL overall. And then you're gonna go into Zepho, Mandalore, which is Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and then Bo-Katan Mandalore, and that would be the best thing for your account. Once you have those completed, you can do whatever you want. You're pretty much scot-free to farm to your heart's content. But as far as efficiency, that is the most efficient things that you can do that's going to elevate your account. Night Sisters too. You have the shards. You can get this Night Sisters team up and running. I wouldn't do it. I would do it after you do Bo-Katan Mandalore. At this point, it's worth it. Do you also have your Inquisitors? No. So you can do Inquisitors too. Like I would definitely do Inquisitors before Night Sisters, but you can do Inquisitors into Night Sisters after that and then start going more. And if you don't want to take that long away from a GL, you can, after Bo-Katan Mandalore, you can do a GL if you want, fit one in. But I think missing C, missing Lord Vader is fine, and then by the time you have all that done, maybe you'll be shard farmed ready for GL Ahsoka, and you can jump in on that farm, or maybe Balin Skull or something, and that way you can just like slowly farm those shards. So, but it's up to you. But I would say those 4 farms, as of right now, are the best things that you can get into your account, and what I would recommend. And then after that, you can kind of do whatever you want. All right, let's look at your mods. And again, don't forget to side farm those pilots. Just get them to gear 12. So your mods are very lackluster. So the stats overall are fine, but your speeds are bad. They're very bad. So you can, I wouldn't 6-dot this one in particular. I would look for one with a lot of offense percent. And then this one has very minimal, like very bare bones, can be okay, because like you could always calibrate out this health, and if it hits speed and offense, it could be an absolute banger. And this does hit my speed thresholds, and if this is the best that you have, then you can 6-dot this and work it. But it's not bad. But this is where, oh, that's horrible. But this is where Java would really help you. It just would give you more material. So yeah, your speeds are really slow. So I think your mods are just not good overall. Here, let's do this. Let's look at your, let's do I want to do a mod score for you. I'm just purely interested. Let's see what your, let's do, I'm gonna bring up the bot. I'm gonna run your mod score and let's see what it is. Because it looks like you do have a good amount of 6-dot mods, but it also looks like your 6-dot mods, a lot of them don't even hit the speed thresholds of 15. So here, this was really quick. So let's pop this out. Open this up in browser. Okay, so yeah, your mod score is very, very poor. A 2 is not very good. You have 5 mods above plus 25s, and at that point it's just luck. So you can see the spread of where your mods are mainly a ton of, absolute ton of zeros, like an insane amount of zeros is the vast majority of your mods, and the rest are barely, like I would say like 80% of your mods are 10 speed or below, if not 90%. And then the rest are just like a smattering of 11 to 24-ish. So that's not very good. So your mod work overall, I'm not gonna delve too much more into your mods, other than to tell you that you need to, yeah, so your stats on JML is not very good. Your Ray stats aren't good. So I don't want to destroy your mods or just sit here and tell you you know your mods aren't good, right? So yeah, so I'm just gonna say, please watch my mod guides. If you go here to my reviews, if you look at number 1, so there's a few things here that can help you. So building plus 25 speed mods, so that's going to be the kind of the foundation of what a high potential mod is. And then you're going to see my entire mod playlist. I think you would benefit from watching my whole mod playlist and then building plus 25 speed mods. The rest of these are pretty good, but the amazing guides are very, very useful, I think, for people to watch. So overall, please watch my mod guides. Fix your mods. It's okay, but you do want usable speeds on all your characters, and I want to say you don't. Like 249 and you have like 6-dot mods on here. So yeah, you can see these are like pilot mods, but they're not good. So you want to be able to have speeds that you're, yeah, this isn't good. So Malgus wants all health sets, by the way. So you want, you just want your account to be better, right? And I don't want to like delve too much into your mods, other than the fact to say, please watch those guides, start working your mods, kind of get a better understanding. You have the GP, you have the time played where you should have better mods. So if you engage more in them, it's totally okay where you are. And please don't just go in and start selling all your mods. just slowly start working your new mods and replace the mods on your best characters first, and then like start working down and just start replacing your mods. Don't just like, if you don't have enough space of empty mods, of course you have to like sell junk to get new stuff so that you have that working space. But the mods that are equipped, it costs credits to unequip them, so don't unequip all your mods because they're bad. Slowly work new mods and then start replacing them as you work them, and then that's going to help you overall. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. But I do hope that this helped you in some way and gave you a little insights on what I think you should do. Other than that, like, thanks for letting me look at your account and applying, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Take care.